Joffrey Baratheon, one of the most hideous and vile characters in the history of television, and he's barely a teenager. In my career, I worked on a lot of murder cases. The ones that stood out to me as the most vicious were ones committed by juveniles. If you look at all the sick, brutal murders in the world of Game of Thrones, it's the teenage Joffrey who is widely viewed as the most vicious and evil, because Joffrey is a true sadist. A sadist is someone who enjoys the pain and suffering of others. They get off on it. And it's not just the physical suffering, it's the emotional and psychological suffering just as much, if not more. In my training, I worked on the BTK case, Bind, Torture, Kill. When he had his next victim cornered, tied up, he would wait to kill them and just savor their fear and suffering. Now for Joffrey, he had Ned Stark killed. But if you watch closely, the pain he causes Sansa makes him downright giddy. Now, there are two types of sadists, sexual and non-sexual. The sexual sadist actually requires the suffering of his victim to achieve arousal and climax. So Littlefinger had given the whore Roz to Joffrey to do with what he pleased. He wanted to watch her die. Note the look on his face. He's experimenting. That should give you an idea of what Joffrey would have turned into. How does one become the monster that is a violent sexual sadist, and at such a young age? Is it hereditary? Is it upbringing? Well, Ted Bundy had 3 siblings, all of whom turned out completely normal. Just like Joffrey's little brother, Tommen is. Was Joffrey possibly molested as a child? 25 to 30% of all the people violating other people sexually were themselves violated as a child. In the end, it seems it was just another case of the DNA dice toss, and Joffrey lost.
Vanity Fair Confidential gives us the opportunity to take some of our best stories and turn them into television events.
A Denver policeman had been shot dead.
Because an officer is down, somebody needs to pay.
Here's a guy who's making millions of dollars as a doctor.
They woke up in the morning and he wasn't there.
He took his fingers like this and he said, "I am a bad man."
Vanity Fair Confidential, all new series, Mondays at 9, only on Investigation Discovery.